The good old bread pudding might have a rival when it comes to using up leftover bread. Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another recipe video. And today we're going to be making Pistachio Bostock. Timestamps are down below in the description if you want to skip the initial blah blah, but stick around if you want to hear a little bit about what we're making first. Recently I've seen a trend on TikTok where people are making almond croissant toast, which is basically bread that's baked with almond frangipane on top, but it's actually its own separate thing that already exists. And that thing is a Bostock. Bostock is a French treat that's made traditionally with old, a bit knackered brioche, which is then brushed with a little bit of sugar syrup just to revive it, and then smothered in frangipane and baked. So yes, while some people think they've created this amazing new thing called almond croissant toast, sorry, it already exists, it already has a name. Bostock. Although, technically, Bostock is made with brioche, not just with any old bread. But it can be made with any old bread. If you want a real treat though, I do recommend brioche because it's enriched with butter. Not only is this traditionally made with stale bread or stale brioche, it's actually best made with stale bread because then it gives the chance for the fillings to soak in. And yes, while Bostock is traditionally made with almonds, I am going to be using pistachios. This is a ridiculously easy recipe, perfect for whipping up a quick but fancy breakfast. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. First we're going to make a simple syrup because we're going to be working with slightly stale dry brioche, so we need to moisturise her. Here I have 25 grams of caster sugar and I'm going to add 25 millilitres of water. Let's switch on the heat. And I'm just going to wait until this is dissolved, and then once it comes to the boil we're then going to set the timer for 3 minutes to boil it for 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes and that's our syrup done. Let's take it off the heat and we'll just let it cool a little, just for 5 minutes. Now here I have a couple of slices of day-old brioche, so they're a little bit dry. Let's see, yep, she needs to be moisturised. If your brioche is fresh, all you have to do is just leave them out for an hour or two, and then they do go dry quite quickly, so there's a little speed hack if you just buy a brioche fresh and you want them a little bit dry. And yes, let's moisturise this. I'm going to use all of this syrup, don't be shy, and I'm going to dab it on the tops of both slices. There we go. Sorry if you keep hearing the fire alarm, the building from across the road keeps going off at the fire alarm. Don't worry, they're not burning down to the ground. It's just a faulty alarm and it happens all the time, which is kind of annoying, but there you go. And we're simply going to let this soak a little bit while we make our frangipane, so let's just set this aside. Now definitely my favourite part is making the frangipane, so here I have 30 grams of unsalted butter which I've softened at room temperature. I'm going to add to that 30 grams of caster sugar and a little pinch of salt. And I'm going to beat these together until they're nice and fluffy. Now here I have 1 egg which I've beaten and I'm just going to use half of it. I'll probably use the other half to fry some rice later, so don't throw that away. Let's beat that in too. And now for the star of the show, ground pistachios, and I'm going to use 70 grams of them. And I'm going to stir this in too. That actually smells amazing, it smells so pistachio-y. Okay, let's get our brioche back. Before we do though, let's preheat our oven to 180 degrees C because we're nearly ready to bake it. Here is our brioche and it is nice and soaked in, as you can see. I actually was looking for a whole loaf and unsliced loaf of brioche because I wanted one thick slice to make my Bostock with so I could fill it up and make a dip in it. But I could only find sliced brioche this time, so yep, all the unsliced loaves were out of stock. I know, first world problems, but it's not a problem because we're going to stick these two together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our lovely pistachio frangipane. You can see I've got a little spatula here. I'm going to take about, a tablespoonful of it, and I'm going to make a sandwich. I've got my little angled spatula here. Blunt knife will do, and we're going to spread it all the way to the edges. And we're going to stick down the other slice right on top. Now here's the naughty part. I'm going to take the back of a spoon and and I'm going to press it down in the middle to make a well, and this is going to make a little dip in the centre to fit more frangipane in. And that's the whole goal of my life really, is to fit more frangipane into my life. Now that we've made our little bread bowl, it's time to fill it. So I'm going to get my frangipane here and just dollop it on. Don't be shy, get it all on, and yes, this will probably overflow, but we don't care. In fact, this is going to give us extra crispy bits. I'm getting it all off because pistachio is not cheap these days. And for some extra crunch, here I have some slivered pistachios. Chopped ones will do if you can't find slivered. I'm just going to generously sprinkle them on top. A couple of handfuls maybe. And now we're going to bake this for 15 to 20 minutes until it's golden and bubbling. Here we are, looking gorgeous. Right, we're going to let this cool down now because it's a little hot. And then we're going to drizzle a little pistachio cream over and eat it. Now this is still a little bit warm, which is perfect for serving, and I'm just going to drizzle a bit of pistachio cream on top. If your pistachio cream is thicker than this, then you can just stir a little bit with a little bit of milk, or sometimes heating it up works too. But this is naturally drizzly, so I'm just going to do this. Oh, lovely. Not too much though, because we don't want it too sweet. I have never been more excited to eat something in my life. Well, actually that's a lie, because I'm excited to eat stuff all the time, but I am very excited about this one. Get a load of this. Let's give you a little bit of a vanity twirl. Look at that filling, that is absolutely gorgeous. And still a bit warm too, so I'm going to grab my fork. I'm going to dig straight in. Oh, crunchy ends. Cheers. Uh-oh, this has quite possibly ruined almond and pistachio croissants for me because it is so good. I don't think I can eat another plain old almond croissant or Bostock type thing ever again. I mentioned in my matcha almond croissant recipe video that I not only like my frangipane plentiful, but a little bit on the gooey side, so this is perfectly done for me. If you want it more on a set cakey side, then I would turn the oven down 10 to 20 degrees C and then bake it for another 10 minutes. But this is absolutely perfect for me, and oh my gosh, that pistachio flavour jam-packed. So there you go, Pistachio Bostock. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram on tashcakes.taste, and find me on TikTok too, I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it, comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. Gosh, I could eat this every day.